Welcome back to Whispers in the Woods, your last resort for all things horror. I'm Emily.
I'm Devin.
And I'm Tom. Excited to be here.
As usual.
This has been an exciting week. There's like a crazy amount of horror news. Trailers just after the Oscars as well, too, which we will talk about, but in a bonus section. So if you're wondering, why are we not talking about the Oscars? It's because I put it in a separate episode.
Long story short, good year for horror at the
Absolutely.
Oscars.
Absolutely. Guys, Clive Barker and Brian Fuller, the creator of Hannibal, are collaborating on a new TV show.
What is it called?
No news. No news about what it's called, what it's about,
No news
anything
about
about that.
I thought it was
so
called
far.
No News.
Yeah.
But I love Clive Barker, and I haven't seen Hannibal, but this sounds like a cool and natural pairing.
I'm excited.
Cool. Gonna be some good special effects.
Yes.
I'll keep you guys updated as we know more. Also, just on Friday the 13th, Mike Flanagan revealed that The Exorcist has begun filming.
You said The Exorcist. The Exorcist.
Wait, what else is it?
The Exorcist.
Okay, fine, The Exorcist.
I do like the idea of the Exorcist, though, and please can one of you draw that?
Yes.
Cracking the yolk out.
That will be the poster.
Okay,
of
well,
next
I've learned
episode.
something about myself. I say exorcist when I should be saying
I'm just imagining
exorcist.
like a deviled egg.
There we go. Good bit. I feel like, starting filming on Friday the 13th, they are tempting fate with a cursed set, just like the original.
Perfect.
Feel the same way?
Cool idea, though.
Yeah.
Starting off on the wrong foot. Yeah. Okay, Hokum has some first reactions out. This is the new film starring Adam Scott, set in a creepy Irish hotel.
When did it come out?
It isn't actually out yet. We just have, pre-release.
Yeah.
Currently, it is fresh at 95% on Rotten Tomatoes with
exciting.
22 reviews, which isn't like the most number of reviews, but
That's good.
Yeah, that's
Pretty fresh.
It's good.
It's pretty fresh.
So I'm still really looking forward to it.
Me too.
Based off of those creepy teasers, and now
My hope for horror movies is always that they're not cheesy.
Yeah.
You know? I feel
wow,
like...
we go into very different things when we're looking for a horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have a very cheesy horror movie that I'm going to talk about in Who, What, Watch, Read, When,
And then
that I
also,
specifically chose because of its cheesiness.
what day does it come out again?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think that it's in May. You know what? I think it's May 1st. I'm going to go out on a limb.
All right. I was hoping it would come out for Easter due to all the rabbits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rabbit Man.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my big piece of news, which is taking up a lot of space in my notes. The Buffy revival has actually been canceled.
Sad.
heard
I know.
that.
Yeah.
I'm so sad.
But I did look up some background information about why this was canceled. And the theorizing is that it comes down to one executive producer who would proudly state that they had never seen the entire series of Buffy. There's also some rumors, conjecture that like Chloe Zhao's directorial style didn't fit with like a more TV budget.
So I feel like it's possible that it could be re-picked up.
Actually, no. This is the sad thing, that because this was produced by Disney, they own it. Nobody else can try to release this pilot.
But not even like somebody under Disney? Like,
I'm not sure. Like, maybe. It was going to be on Hulu. Now it's not. And because Disney produced this pilot, they own it and they can do whatever they want with it. They can shelve it. They can cancel it. Whatever. They can put it on YouTube, you know?
Sorrows.
Yeah, it's too bad. Especially because they released this news out to everybody just as Chloe Zhao was doing like Oscar laps for
That's a lot.
Train Dreams. And just when
Hamlet.
Sarah Michelle... Is that right? Oh, okay,
Hamlet.
yeah. And just when Sarah Michelle Gellar was like doing press for Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. And I actually do have a quote. She says, "For them to call us on the Friday of what should have been Chloe's victory lap for an incredible film and my world premiere of something that I worked very hard for, that says something."
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
kind of
harsh.
funky, huh?
Terrible timing, very sad.
Yeah.
Like, every show is getting a revival at this point, and they're not always the best.
Yeah.
You know?
Usually not, I would say.
Unfortunately, yeah. But I'm going to say that any piece of art is better than no piece of art.
True.
So
Yeah.
it would have been nice to see this.
Yeah.
Let's see. We also had our first look at Crystal Lake. So this is... Ooh, who's putting this on? You know this, right, Emily?
No.
Oh, I thought you brought this up. The Crystal Lake prequel show.
No.
No.
No?
None
You
of
guys
us
don't know
brought
about
this
this?
up. No.
Oh, okay. Well, Crystal Lake is going to be a show starring Linda Cardellini, I believe,
Oh,
and it's
that's so
exploring
cool.
the earlier years at Crystal Lake and some Jason teasings. What I do have for news, though, is the 3 images that are released. So here they are. We have a dock in the fog. We have some teenagers having sex. This is very Camp Crystal Lake.
Mhm.
And we have a hand sticking a bloody knife into a tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very
Nice.
Friday the 13th.
So that's what we got. Yeah, it looks like it's got the elements, except for Jason.
I'll watch anything with Linda Cardellini.
I do
This is
love
true.
Linda Cardellini.
Same.
She's fantastic. Moving on. So A Quiet Place Part 3 was announced.
Is
Just
Cillian Murphy going to
recently.
be in it?
Yes, I took special note to make sure that you know that Cillian is back. Here's some even more exciting news. Well, maybe not more exciting. Jack O'Connell is also joining the cast.
Yeah.
I love him.
I love him too.
Newly obsessed.
This is going to release July 30th of 2027, and it's written and directed, again, by John Krasinski. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I personally have been waiting for this for a while. I think that both of the movies in the main series are really solid, and I actually really enjoyed A Quiet Place Day 1.
I liked A Quiet Place Day 1. It was really good.
Okay, moving on. We also have some news on Ready or Not 2. So its premiere has happened, and it is surprisingly certified fresh at 74% on Rotten Tomatoes with 107 reviews. So it seems like this one's actually a good one. Surprising everyone.
Okay.
That is
Yeah.
surprising.
I really didn't have much hopes for this movie.
Yeah.
But if it seems like it's getting good reviews, and I think that it's also like the audience ratings are crazy high for this too, like in the 90s, people are loving it.
And I bet it's going to be super fun. I love the ending of the last one.
Yeah, totally.
Because I did not see that ending coming. So I'm curious how they're going to do it.
I've heard that it kind of lives and dies on like the sibling relationship between Samara Weaving and Catherine Newton.
Mm-hmm.
And I really love both those actors. So it's cool to see them on screen because I don't think they've been in a lot of radio silence movies, but they haven't been together in a radio silence movie.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what else did I have? This one's probably going to get cut. The Netflix Scooby-Doo live-action show has casted its main characters. Devin is not happy about this for some reason.
I'm not happy either.
Why are we not happy?
Because we don't need to do any more Scooby-Doo live action after the magnificent, glorious masterpiece of the early 2000s live action Scooby-Doo.
It's true. I love him. I don't...
Nothing
Dev, you
can
are...
top it, and Devin
Like, are you
agrees.
holding your breath? What's happening? Why are you doing that? Oh,
Because they're not going to have Outcast's 1 million drums in it. In the land of 1 million
They're
drums,
not,
there is
and they're
always
not.
something going on.
no, this, I can guarantee you it
Is
won't.
Matthew Lillard in it?
No.
Then I don't
This
Are
is-
they going to have the beautiful
I don't
CG of the
care.
2000s?
My God.
The beef jerky monsters? Come on!
It's gonna be kids, just new actors, okay?
No.
I don't even know why I'm defending this show or whatever. I don't care. But anyway, McKenna Grace is Daphne, Maxwell Jenkins is Fred,
I don't even know.
Abby Ryder Forston is Velma, Tanner Hagen is Shaggy. There, I did it.
Matthew
I
Lillard's not
reported.
Shaggy.
Yes,
Michelle
no.
Gellar isn't Daphne.
Okay, listen.
Basically, no.
There's another thing though. This is what I thought you guys would remark on. I guess I was wrong. Where's Scooby? Who's Scooby?
A CG Marmaduke.
Yeah.
No one's
Someone's
Scooby.
got to voice him.
Devin-
Okay, it's Devin apparently.
That was spot on.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's gonna be Pauly Shore.
Father, when can I be out on my own? I got a whole world to see. Okay, listen, I thought I was going to delete that segment. I'll probably keep it in. Anyway, my last piece of horror news. There's the first image released for What Happens at Night, the gothic marriage horror drama directed by Martin Scorsese. His latest film. This is starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence. This is...
Whoa.
Oh, sorry, Dev. If you're already crazy excited, this is also set in the wintertime. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, and Devin will not be joining us for the rest of the episode.
Devin has expired until it releases on Apple Plus. Boo, but whatever.
I'll have to
Then
renew my
it'll come back.
subscription.
At least Apple does put their movies in theaters. Like
Yeah.
Killers of the Flower Moon, that was an Apple original, but it was in theaters.
Gothic marriage set in the wintertime?
In the wintertime, yeah.
Mm.
So, there
I'm
we
there.
go. That's my horror news. Did any of you guys have anything? Some
sorry.
burps,
That was
apparently.
it. That was a contributing factor.
Sorry there, guys. Drinking a kombucha. Got me burping.
That's staying in the episode, don't worry.
Okay, beautiful. The only sort of horror news that I have that I kind of came up with last minute here is a new Shudder original that just came out, I think, last Friday.
March
Mhm.
13th, yeah.
March 13th.
Oh, yeah, Friday the
That's a
15th.
cool release.
Yes,
date.
Yeah,
It
that's
is.
a good release date.
Yeah, the movie's called Body Cam, and it's an hour and 15 minutes, which is like kind of an interesting runtime. I feel like
Hour
that's
15?
pretty short. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, 75
It's a-
minutes.
Bit of a novella of a film.
I love a short horror movie, though.
Me
Me
too.
too. Get to the
Yes.
point.
It's directed by Brandon Christensen, who also directed a horror movie last year called Night of the Reaper.
Oh, I've heard of that.
I've heard of
Yeah.
Yeah,
too.
I saw it at a Vancouver Horror Show.
It was
Nice.
a Canadian film.
It was a Canadian
Yeah.
film, yeah. It was very like 80s inspired. Like,
Do you know if this movie is Canadian, too? Because it stars a Canadian actor.
I believe so.
Hell yeah.
I
All
like
signs point to yes.
Safe bet.
Low budget, you know,
And creative concepts.
creative concepts. Shudder does like Canadian horror.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we like Shudder.
Also exciting, it stars Sean Rogerson, who is Lance in Grave Encounters.
Was he the main character?
Yeah, the
Okay,
host.
cool.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see him in another horror movie. And I feel like
Yeah,
he hasn't-
fantastic.
Yeah, he hasn't been in something in a while. So yeah, it has 5.1 sadly right now
Oh,
on
that's too bad.
IMDb, but I'm still gonna watch
It's
it.
going to be entertaining.
Okay, that should be it then, right? For the
Yes.
horror news. Okay, it's time. It's time.
It's time.
It's time. It's time to actually get into the bulk of the episode.
And what is the theme today, Tom?
Today we are talking about the worst of the worst,
The
guys.
worst.
We've talked about villains, we've talked about monsters, but we haven't yet talked about bad boyfriends.
The
in
worst of
horror.
all.
Yeah.
Because they are all over the place
All over the map.
in horror, and they are screwing over their girlfriends. They're screwing other people.
Screwing over their
They're-
boyfriends.
They're doing horrible atrocities. And now we're going to, in our own way, determine who is the very worst horror boyfriend slash spouse. We kind
Yes.
of opened it up to, you know, the married couples as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're so kind.
Yes.
Yeah, we kind of have a bit of an interesting layout. for how
Yeah,
we're
so
gonna do
to
this.
begin with, we're doing 8 matchups. And
football
then
style.
exactly football bracket style. We're moving into the semifinals, the finals, and then the final decision, the one baddest boy of all.
Mm-hmm.
Emily, who have we first?
Who do we have first? First, we have Tyler from The Menu
Mm-hmm.
and Alex from Ready or Not.
Alex La Dumbass.
Ooh.
Yes. More like Alex La Dumbass, though.
Oh!
This guy is a stupid jellyfish man, and I hate him.
That's the worst insult ever.
He is the worst
Called
insult to
him
the
jellyfish.
human race. This guy is this skeevy little worm who brings Samara Weaving into his family, knowing full well if she draws the wrong card, they will kill her. Then he tries very hard to, I'm gonna say he does try to save her, but in the end chooses to stick with his family because he's a little worm. That's my take on Alex. Wasn't expecting to rant about him, but I don't like him.
We can tell. And Devin, what do you think about this young man?
With Alex, see what we have here, folks, is a guy who presents really nice for a while. He courts you.
Mm-hmm.
He takes you in. He knows you don't have a family of your own, all of this. He charms you. He's like, oh, you'll love the family. The family has a lot of traditions. Rules is mildly off-putting.
Yeah, he kind of is just like, oh, we just like to play a cute little game.
Knowing that either she will live or die, depending on the game that they pull. So
Yeah, but he holds on to that piece of information.
yeah, he holds on to that. So he's a weasel of a man.
He's pretty bad, but is he worse than
But
Tyler from the menu?
menu.
Because both of these guys are also holding on to their own secrets that are going to get their girlfriend killed.
Exactly, because with Tyler, what we have here is a wonderful portrayal by Nicholas Hoult of a man who is a foodie. He's the type of guy who knows everything. And
well, he thinks he knows everything.
Exactly, he thinks he knows everything, and he invites the lovely Margot, though her name changes throughout the film, portrayed by Anya Taylor-Joy, to this very unique dining experience in a very fancy restaurant on a remote island. And as soon as we get there, we know something's off because Elsa, the maitre d', says, oh, Miss Westerboro, but that's a different woman who's not there. Tyler's ex-girlfriend. What's going on over there?
Mm-hmm.
So Tyler has invited Margot here knowing that everybody will die at this meal. That is the final course, is death. And he thinks he's better than everyone. He doesn't think that's going to happen to him, but he can't dine alone. So he has to invite someone. So he hires this woman who's an escort, a sex worker, that she'll die. He doesn't respect her. He thinks he's better than her, thinks she's lovely
too.
And he speaks horribly to her the whole time. He goes, cuckoo, I'm paying. Like, he treats her like garbage.
Okay, I do hate Alex, but I think we should give it to Tyler, because Tyler is pure asshole all the way through in the movie. And Alex at least begins, out as trying to, like, even in the beginning, he's like, let's just leave. Remember?
Yeah.
But he does, in the end, take a turn to be the worst.
And it is also for his family's immortality.
So, what do you think, Emily? Oh, do you want to act as tiebreaker?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Or how about final judge?
Sure.
Dev, does that feel okay?
Yeah, that feels great.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
Tyler's just in it for the clout. One guy's trying to protect his family, in a sense. I'm not defending any of his actions.
No, again,
to be clear.
We might talk about how, they're this and that, but these are all bad guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle between these two, How does it kind of refresh me on how Ready or Not ends with Alex?
Oh, he chooses to stick with his family and tries to kill her. He explodes real bad, yeah. By the way, we're spoiling all these.
Yeah, all these are still
That's okay.
And then for Tyler, how it ends is the chef insults his cooking, whispers something in his ear, and then he removes himself from Earth.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
So, Alex goes out doing an evil thing, whereas Tyler goes out like abashed and
Like a little shrimp.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like, also
he
a little
came in
shrimp
all
man.
Mr. Big Guy.
So what do you
I
think?
feel like, Alex has his family in mind, which, even though he's doing a terrible thing, I think that there's something more justifiable about that.
I'd agree.
I think Tyler is just all for himself.
Yes.
And there's not really any good
Yeah.
Agreed.
that
Okay.
he's doing.
Agreed.
It's Tyler then.
Tyler
has won round one.
Ding ding.
Who's up next?
Okay, up next we have Francis from Watcher and Micah from Paranormal Activity.
Okay, here's the thing. I haven't seen either one of those movies, so shall I be the judge of
Yeah,
this
you should
round?
be the judge.
Okay.
I'll talk for Francis, you speak for Micah.
Okay, Devin, how about we start with Francis?
All right, imagine this.
I'm
You have
imagining.
a boyfriend, fiance,
Ooh.
you love him, he gets a job on the other side of the world in Romania. You don't speak Romanian, but he does. So you're like, okay, I guess we'll try this out. You move to Romania, a place, very foreign language, very foreign culture to you. Okie dokie. You're there, you move into your new apartment unit. You don't have anything to do. You don't have a job. You can't work there yet. Your husband-boyfriend situation, he's gone all hours of the day. And you notice your neighbor across the road watching you. Just watching. You're starting to get unnerved. Days go on. The same situation keeps happening. You tell your boyfriend, brushes it off. Brushes it off.
We're going to see a couple of brushers in
Yes,
this.
brushes it off. She keeps mentioning it, brushes it off. She goes to the grocery store. She can feel somebody following him. She's using convex mirrors. Nope. He doesn't believe her all the way through. A creepy incident occurs on the subway. Doesn't believe her. He invites her to a work event. She's been very isolated. He's speaking in Romanian, talking about how she's been hysterical with the friends, dissing her in front of her. She can pick up on it, even though she's not fluent.
Yeah.
She can pick up because you can, even if you're not fluent in language, you can pick up. And anyway, it does culminate to her obviously being right. It was the guy she said it was. He goes over there. He's like, no, it wasn't, blah, blah, blah.
Of course she's right.
Of course she's right.
Just listen to the woman once.
Right? He doesn't listen to her.
Yeah.
And it ends.
Okay, but what about him? Does he like learn that he's been wrong this whole time?
At the very
Does
end,
he get
and then he gets got.
So he never apologizes. He's just like consistently, I don't believe you until he gets got.
He seems like no.
He doesn't believe her.
No,
Okay.
and there's no like even moment really where he like learns that she's right. Doesn't he just die?
He just dies. He gets killed by the guy.
For you guys, would it have been more satisfying to see him admit, oh God, I was wrong? Or is it satisfying enough for him to just die?
I think it would have been better for him to learn that he was wrong.
Yeah.
But it was also nice just
It was nice to see him die. Yeah, so he never believes her.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay. Let's hear about Micah.
Okay. So Paranormal Activity starts off with a little, as you would guess, Paranormal Activity. Basically just like they start hearing things at night and like things are moving around their house. It's just like Katie and Micah, this boyfriend and girlfriend that live in this house. And so because all this is happening, Micah decides to set up cameras in their bedroom and in their living room all around their house.
That's how they found the footage.
Yeah. And then worse and worse stuff starts happening. And Micah starts like watching some of the footage back and being like, oh my God, look at this crazy ghost stuff. And he thinks it's super cool and fun.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Katie is like, oh shit, like I know what this is.
We got to get out of here, right?
She has a whole history of like ghost stuff happening to her.
So he believes in the ghost stuff. He just doesn't care.
He doesn't care, and he thinks it's so fun, and he thinks he wants to taunt the ghosts and like keep recording them.
Okay, that's an interesting angle.
While Katie keeps being like, "Please stop! Please stop! This is
so he's
dangerous."
like so obstinate. Yeah, all right. Yeah. That sounds pretty frustrating and annoying too. Where does this end up with him? Does he ever like realize the error of his ways, or does he also get got?
Again, once it's too late, then
once it's too late, he gets got.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Frances from Watcher, mainly because of the dissing at that party, saying she's hysterical and stuff like this. This guy seems like, again, I haven't seen this movie, but he seems like a bit of a himbo. And
Micah also does the same thing, though. He starts being like,
he also is rude to
you're
her?
like you're like being crazy and like this is harmless.
Okay.
Like, he doesn't specifically say harmless, but he's basically like it's fine.
Okay,
it's
so there's
fine.
more gaslighting and more dissing going on.
Yeah, and he also mentions like you're the one that brought all this crazy stuff in the house.
Okay, you know what then? For like the more active role in the story and like making things actively worse. Okay, I guess we should go with Micah then, because this Francis guy, he just doesn't help, right?
Yeah.
But he doesn't make anything worse, like in the
He kind of does escalate a little bit, but I would say Emily's Micah's worse because it's also possession. We're dealing with ghosts.
At one point, Katie gets like a big scratch or a bite.
Yeah.
I forget what it is. And Micah's like, well, we gotta keep recording.
Boo! Yeah. Okay, we have gone with Micah. Micah has won the first round.
Yeah.
Ding ding!
There it is. Next? All right, next we have Paul from Weapons, played by Alden Ehrenreich.
Yeah.
Whose name I somehow can pronounce right. And then also Chris from The Craft, played by Billy Loomis actor Skeet Ulrich. Deb, did you want to judge this one?
Yeah.
Okay, here you go. I also haven't seen The Craft, so I will talk about Paul. But Emily, do you want to start with Chris?
Yeah, so Chris is like your average douchebag teen boyfriend. Yeah, he's just like I think he's a senior in high school. He plays football. But basically he's like the fuckboy of the school. And one of the girls in the film at one point is like, he's a disease. Like,
dang.
Yeah, he like gives all the girls STDs.
So he's a walking disease. Okay.
Yeah. And the main character in The Craft at one point kind of gets wooed by him, and they
is it
go
Neve
on.
Campbell?
No, it's
Oh, okay.
Robin Tunney.
Mm.
But she goes on a date with him, and you know things are kind of heating up, and they kiss, and then he kind of like insinuates like, "Okay, we're gonna go have sex at my place," and she's like, "No, I gotta go."
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't take to this lightly.
Oh.
The next day at school, he basically tells everyone that
that they did.
Yeah,
Oh,
that he's
classic.
the worst leg
Yeah.
he's ever had.
Yeah.
And it was just awful. And
Incel behavior. Yeah.
yeah, she was like begging him for it and stuff.
Boo.
Yeah. And then if you didn't think he was already bad, then he gets like a magic spell put on him to like be in love with this girl.
Oh, why would she even want this at this point?
When you watch the movie, you'll
It makes
understand.
sense.
It makes
Yeah.
sense in the movie.
But anyways, yeah, he has a love spell put on him, and then of course he's like absolutely obsessed with her, showing up to her house at like 3 a.m. being like, I can't eat, I can't sleep, I need you.
Tough
blah,
luck,
blah.
buddy. Yeah.
And then at one point, she's like in a car with him, and she's like, okay, I gotta go, and he's like trying to like grab her and like give her a massage, and then she jumps out of the car, and he tries to rape her, and then she gets away.
Okay, bad guy.
Yeah.
Sounds like a bad guy.
Yeah.
Skate Ulrich, he kind of got typecast, didn't he?
A little
In the
bit. He's a
90s,
bad
yeah.
boy.
It's too bad. Okay, Paul, not the best guy. One thing that I really like about this character is like, when we first meet him, like you could think that he's an okay guy. You know, we meet him because he goes to the bar to meet Justine, the main character, who's going through a rough time, and they are exes. He shows up at this bar and he's like trying not to drink because he has an alcohol problem. And then Justine like probes him a little bit about his current relationship, and he's like, we're not together anymore. We're not, I think he says, we're not happening right now.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yes. So they sleep together, and then find out like he gets drunk, and then they sleep together,
Of
and
course.
we find out that he and his wife are still very much together.
She was just
away
on vacation.
Yeah.
Classic.
when she comes back and catches him.
Oh,
He's a
he's
terrible
so,
improviser.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah. Like, he's shaking, like, and then she's like, you didn't. But she knows.
She knows, right?
I'm pretty sure he's done stuff like that before, because, like...
He couldn't be more guilty when you see his face.
Exactly. So, that's shitty. He's a bad boyfriend. He's a bad husband. Bad ex. Never apologizes for anything that he does.
Apologize.
Oh, Emily, you're on fire today.
This is the best episode yet, guys.
Yeah.
It's just like, he's just bad, you know, and then he gets worse, he gets angrier. Nothing that necessarily, like, relates to being a boyfriend, though, from this point forward. So, I personally would give it to Skeet Ulrich's character, Chris. But how do you feel, Dev, as judge?
It's very interesting because I have the knowledge of everything about these two characters, so I know what happens to both of them in the films. The one thing I also really don't like about Paul is that he abuses his power as a police officer.
Yes,
a lot.
But that doesn't have to do with being
It doesn't
a
have to do with being a boyfriend. So yeah, Chris from The Craft is a pretty...
Ding, ding, ding.
Because he's
not boyfriend material.
Nope.
Not boyfriend material at all. Okay, Emily, we'll let you be the judge of this category.
Oh boy.
I shoddy Lestat.
Two heavy hitters.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Bracket here.
Two undead heavy hitters.
Two undead, beautiful eyes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Who have we?
We have Lestat
Dilliancourt.
and Dracula.
Yes. Nice.
You go with
Good
Dracula
old man.
first.
All right.
Good old
Emily, you're such a good old man.
Aw, thanks.
What was I saying? I need to talk about Dracula.
Dracula.
I feel like you should talk about Dracula. I should talk about Lestat because I've seen Interview.
I
She's
feel like
judging.
I'm biased when it comes to Dracula.
Oh,
though.
my bad.
Yeah,
Yes, sorry,
she's
you're
the judge.
judging. Okay, yes,
Yeah.
you should definitely talk about Lestat. then.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, so Dracula. I do have some opinions on this guy. I think it's a little weird that he chooses to try to sleep with Mina and also her friend Lucy, because he's like, his wife has been reincarnated. He's like bound to her. He's survived throughout the eons to be with her, and yet he's got these 3 brides, you know, that he just keeps around. Then he also has Lucy that he goes after, who's literally his reincarnated wife's best friend. So that's kind of like a little weird. Why is he doing that? There's like some weird consent issues going on because of his hypnosis as well. However, I will give Dracula some points because at a certain point in the film, it seems like he loves Mina so much that he won't turn her. He's like, I will not curse you to this endless life as a vampire. So it kind of feels like his morals, like his heart wins out at that moment.
An interesting thing to note is when he's like, I don't want to say having fun because but when he's off with Lucy, he like turns himself into a beast first.
He does do that.
About that specific.
See, that's
great.
odd. That's
not
odd.
great
Yeah, and
about
yet again,
that.
she says,
bestiality in there.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
awesome.
And yet again, as soon as Lucy's done, she's like, "This was horrible. I feel like I'm
Yeah.
under some spell." So like,
She
no,
didn't consent to that.
he's bad. He's
Yeah.
real bad. He just gets that 1 point for me for like showing a little bit of heart towards the end there. But let's talking about heart. I mean, like, here's a diva who's got a lot of feelings, knows how to express them.
Why is he bad though?
Diva.
Oh, okay.
okay. You haven't seen it, have you? Not
Tell
this
me
show.
why he's bad, Devin.
All right. So Lestat de Liancourt, who, of course, one of the most romantic people we will definitely have on this list to date. However, at the end of the day, he is still a monster. He has his tempers. He has his monstrous outbursts. So first, he stumbles across Louis and all of that, and Louis, Lestat, and Miss Lily, who is one of Louis's friends at the time, they do have a threesome. Unfortunately, Miss Lily will end up dead by episode 1 because Lestat has drained the life out of her because he deems her as worthless and he can just eat her. And he's trying to eliminate all of those who are close in Louis's life. Classic abuser move.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
He's
also
hunting him.
Exactly, hunting him. And then Lestat did not inform Louis that this was going to be a non-monogamous relationship, which isn't so great. He's like, oh, we'll have 3,000 nights with each other. It will be fine. But it's like, okay, but you know, if you want an open relationship, you need to discuss this
that,
before. But so
he's also very pro open relationship unless
One-sided.
Louis, unless Louis goes out and finds someone that he actually likes, then
Exactly.
Lestat is not okay with that.
Exactly. So when it's Lestat and Antoinette Brown, he's like, it's fine because I don't actually have feelings for her. And then he also turns that poor woman into a vampire. I'm so sorry you're getting all the spoilers,
So
Emily,
it's just
but
a
you
little
need to
bit
know
of
this.
hypocrisy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Claudia is their child that they do end up having together. I don't want to spoil too much for you because it's very complicated. But he's also very cruel to Claudia, who is
He's a shit dad.
He's a shit dad. He's a really bad dad. And then also, domestic abuse does occur in this vampiric relationship. He and Louis end up having a very crazy fight.
Oh, it's so cool though. They're like tossing each other through like walls
and buildings
stuff.
because their vampires are very strong. But then Lestat has the gift of flight. Louis doesn't. And he drops him from the sky.
Yeah.
And it
Goddamn.
takes Louis a long ass time to recover.
It's kind of also like he knows that he's not going to kill him by dropping him. He just wants to inflict some pain.
Some pain, which is not cool.
Yeah.
It's not really a quality that you want
No.
in a significant other.
But to slightly redeem Lestat a little bit, I think he spends like the next 3 years apologizing. 7 years apologizing and showing up with gifts and whatnot. So
And Anne Rice's vampires are very complex. So they're very complex. But as far as if we look at it through our human vampire, like just human relationship lens, he cheated on his boyfriend, didn't inform him. He killed his best friend. He's eliminated a bunch of people, and he drops him from the sky.
Okay, but I have a question. Does he ever sexually assault someone?
no, I don't think so.
See, it's complicated
That's true,
because
with hypnosis.
Lestat, and not only the hypnosis, the book series is very long. So I don't know if I'm just talking about the TV show or the entire.
We should just do the TV
Okay, so
show.
then no.
No. Okay.
No.
See, that's big points for me.
Yeah.
The murder,
Yeah.
the abuse, the whatever. I can kind of,
In the
Yeah.
terms of this, yeah, but there's no sexual assault from Lestat.
I would absolutely agree.
Agreed.
That Dracula
Is
you
worse.
Say Dracula
Yeah.
is worse.
And Lestat's
There's
far
my
more
old man
romantic.
impression.
Yeah.
From what I'm hearing, and from what I'm pondering, I think Dracula is worse if you are not Mina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially.
Totally.
Dracula, I think, is also worse.
Yep.
Okay.
And Lestat is very...
And like
It's complicated.
Louis also a vampire.
Yeah, and also Louis
a killer.
also a really bad boyfriend. So this is the thing. It's like
Yeah.
they're both actually horrible to each other,
Yeah.
whereas Dracula and Mina, it's not the
Mhm.
same.
Yeah, and when I think about who I would rather date, it would probably be Lestat.
I'd rather date Lestat.
So
Yeah.
Dracula.
We had to
is-
talk about Lestat though.
But we had to.
Yeah.
I can
I
agree
I had a
with
feeling
that.
he was going out in the first round though.
Yeah.
Okay, who is up next? I think we're on to the right side of the bracket now.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, so over here we have Guy from Rosemary's Baby versus Jack Torrance from The Shining. Who would like to take which?
I'm
to
taking Jack
defend?
Torrance.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll take Guy.
Dev is up on Jack Torrance. Guy. Okay, so how about we start with you, Dev?
All right. Jack Torrance, The Shining.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. So before we even enter the hotel, we have some background knowledge that the son, Danny, has had a broken arm before in the past because of Jack's drinking, and Shelley
Yeah.
Duvall's character is already a very shell-shocked woman. So we know there's some really bad things happening in the household before they even make it to the Overlook Hotel.
Yep.
And then...
He looks like he doesn't like his family.
Exactly. He
Remember?
resents them.
Like when they're driving up
Yeah.
to the hotel, he's
Yeah.
just like gritting
Yeah.
and gripping the wheel every time they talk
Exactly.
to him. He's like, I don't care.
Shelley Duvall's demeanor is just very like,
Yeah.
"Ooh, yes, of course. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Exactly. So...
Agreeable so that she doesn't get hurt.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So then they're there. Also, it's like you've taken your family to be isolated in this hotel over winter. That's not cool. So you
No.
can type on a typewriter. Like,
What are they
really,
supposed to do?
exactly, lose their minds.
Yeah.
And then once the possession, if you will, of the hotel starts,
Mhm.
things get really bad. He gets more abusive. He starts drinking again. He's taking advice from a racist ghost bartender.
Yeah.
You know, that's never a good sign, guys.
Yeah.
He has an affair with a soggy woman in a bathtub. Okay.
Soggy woman.
And then, of course, he tries to axe murder his family.
Yes,
So,
he does.
Well,
he was
of
fully
course.
committed
Yeah.
to axe
What
murdering.
would you do, Devin?
Mm.
right? What else is there to do?
He's bad.
He's bad.
We know it. He's bad.
He's pretty bad.
Oh, what
But
can no play?
from what I've heard about Guy from Rosemary's Baby,
He's not too good either.
Yeah.
I mean, the movie starts off with Rosemary and her husband Guy, and they move into this apartment building, and things are creepy right off the bat. They have these weird neighbors that are very like intrusive and just pop into their apartment whenever they want, and it seems like they already kind of know Guy. Like the vibes are off.
Okay.
Anyways, the first incident that happens with Guy that you're like, fuck, that's not good, is Rosemary is like asleep in bed. She is sleeping. She is
Okay.
unconscious. And she like feels somebody getting up on her, and she thinks it's a dream. She basically has a dream that Satan is raping her. It's like this like specific scene, like the notorious scene in Rosemary's Baby. And she wakes up from this horrible nightmare, and she's like, oh my god, she's like telling her husband, looking for comfort, and he is not giving her comfort, and he basically says, don't you remember last night, like, we had sex?
Oh, but
So
he's
what-
lying, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at this point, you're kind of like, did her husband have sex with her while she was unconscious, or the devil?
Neither's good.
Neither
Neither's
is
good.
good.
Yeah.
Obviously, do you want it to be spoiled?
Well, I think you already told me, and we're spoiling these, so it's okay.
Okay. Well, yeah, spoiler, the devil is real in this movie and has impregnated Rosemary.
So
and the-
is guy part of like some cult?
He's part of a
Yeah.
devil
cult
worshippers.
in this building.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Basically all the people in this building,
All old people too.
all these old
Interesting.
people looking for eternal life.
That
I'm
is
Yeah.
sure.
pretty
Yeah.
bad. Okay.
Yeah, and he
offers
just
his wife up.
offers his wife up for this, and he's like happy and excited
It's
about it.
reprehensible.
Yeah.
Pretty damn reprehensible. However, I think I'm going to give it to Jack, though. Because I do believe that Jack does more murders. And Jack was never that good of a guy to begin with. And how do you guys think? Do you agree?
Well, I mean,
They're so
one
neck
guy
and neck.
let the devil into his wife without her consent. The
Yeah.
other guy's not even in like a devil cult. He's just a messed up guy. So
Mhm.
I'll let you be the judge.
Oh, man, you know what? This one actually is pretty tough.
It's tough.
Like, thinking about also the fact that Jack is, like, to a degree being mind-controlled.
I would say the guy's worse
Yeah, let's
because
give it to the guy.
it's also her body and she doesn't
Yeah.
have any say.
He's also just doing it out of his own volition. Like
Yeah.
he's not
And
possessed.
he just
No.
wants, like, eternal life and all, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's just
we have gone
Satanist.
with Guy.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. So next we have Richard from Revenge.
Yeah.
And we have Adrian from The Invisible
Yes,
Man.
yes.
Yikes and yikes.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right, Emily. Richard.
Richard from Revenge. Oh boy. So basically he has this new young, super hot, super sexy girlfriend. She's very young, did I mention? He also has a wife.
Mhm.
That I think he talks to on the phone at one point. Like, we kind of know right off the bat that he's not a great guy. And this young woman is his mistress.
Mhm.
And she's basically taken out to this, like, place in the middle of nowhere, like in
Uh-huh.
a desert. And he's just kind of like, yeah, we're going to hang out here for a bit. And she's like, tee, okay. And then he has some friends come over that are
yeah.
extremely questionable before any of these incidents happen. But basically he like lets his friend rape her,
Yeah.
and he's just like, yeah, whatever, she's just a whore.
Yeah.
And I think he's basically just taken her out to the desert so that they can
So this
kill
can happen?
her?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so about like a quarter into the movie, they are like, okay, we need to kill her. I mean, she's gonna tell everybody that this guy, my friend, raped her, and she's gonna tell my wife that, you know, basically I've been cheating on her, so we gotta kill her. So they like chase her through the desert. She's on a cliff at one point, and below this cliff is like a very sharp tree trunk.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they're about to like grab her or shoot her, I don't know what, but she just like throws herself off the cliff, and the tree trunk goes right
Yes.
through her chest,
Yes, it
Mhm.
does.
and somehow she survives.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a heightened reality movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corley Faja, so.
Mhm.
And the entire film is just Richard chasing her with his awful friends through the desert trying to kill her.
So he just goes from bad to worse.
and
Yeah.
taking pleasure in all of this.
Yeah.
I hope we see him die.
Yep,
Great.
we
Okay.
do.
Cool. Well, Adrian from The Invisible Man. What a guy. Even before he becomes the Invisible Man, he is one of the worst horror movie boyfriends, I believe. He completely controls every part of his girlfriend's life, like what she eats and what she wears. He like isolates her from her family and whatnot. He's been trying to get her pregnant, but she's been taking birth control pills secretly. But then he switches those pills out for placebos because he finds out. And then after she sneaks away from him, he fakes his own death. So she is filled with guilt, thinking that he committed suicide. Then he gives her a whole bunch of money on the condition that she doesn't commit any crimes. But then he takes on the Invisible Man persona and starts systematically ruining her life. He destroys her relationship with her, I think it's her sister's husband, or maybe just a friend, I can't remember. the family that she's staying with. And he kills her sister and blames her for it, you know? And then his whole deal is that he's going to allow her to keep them. No, what is it again? It's all to get her to have this child, you know? Like, once she's committed, he's like, I can get you out of here. You just have to agree to have this baby of mine. He wants that baby so bad.
Yeah.
So he takes away also her, you know, autonomy, and just is using her as a conduit for his heir or whatever like that. And yeah, he has a very satisfying ending, at least. But to the very end, he's saying, it's not me. It's not me. At one point, he blames his brother and like frames his brother for all of the murders and the terrible things. So he also is a guy that can't admit that he's a monster, which I find really annoying.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know if this makes sense, but the comparison is kind of like Richard feels like you had a really bad day, and then what's his name?
Adrian
from Invisible Man feels like you've had a tough life.
Yeah.
I would say Adrian. Like, Richard sounds terrible.
He is.
Adrian, though, is like a lifelong sociopath.
Yeah.
Gigantic murderer, and terrible, terrible boyfriend.
What do you think?
Now, this is tough because invites a way too young girlfriend out into the desert so bad things can happen to her with men who are older, and it's very, very creepy. And then Adrian is kind of like a lot of people's actual experiences minus the invisible technology. I think for movie reasons, it will have to be Adrian because there's no comeuppance until like 30 seconds left in the runtime.
He has such a satisfying death, though.
But to be clear, we hate Richard.
Oh,
We hate Richard.
Next up, we have Thomas Hutter from NOSFERATU.
Yep, 2024.
And Christian from MIDSOMMAR.
Oh, yeah. This guy tops off a lot of lists of the worst horror movie boyfriends.
He was my number one pick. I was like, we can't have an episode without having...
Is it okay if I take Thomas Hutter?
Of course, Thomas.
Thank you. And he, I think, is actually one of the lesser bad boyfriends that we've talked about today. But he does have his issues. He's a bit gaslighty. He's a bit flippant. He will tell Evelyn... What's her name? Ellen. He'll tell Ellen not to worry about her dreams, and then he'll go off to Romania because he wants to further his career. And then he will, you know, try his hardest to get back to her, I guess. But there's also kind of a possessive angle there because there's Orlok who's coming after his woman, and then he feels that kind of ownership, I'd say, too. So, honestly, I don't have too much to say, but he's not the best, is he?
Like, he's not satisfying her in any way, and he doesn't seem to really want to.
No, definitely doesn't. She makes a point of that, you know?
Yeah.
She's telling him that he just doesn't have that nasty in him, unlike Orlok.
I'm starting to realize career opportunities in horror movies in Romania are quite high for these guys.
High percentage.
Something's going on, but yeah, he is...
He seems like he likes the idea of having a wife, and that's what he thinks he should do with his life.
Exactly.
But he doesn't really care so much about the, like, actual being in a relationship part.
Yeah, I don't think that he sees Ellen as much of a person as he does as his fiancée.
And you can really see that when you're looking at those two women.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Dev...
Christian from MIDSOMMAR.
Yes.
Speaking of a guy who doesn't really view people as people as well.
This guy's a narcissist.
He's such a narcissist through and through. And he also has no spine, you know, and he sucks. He's a bad friend. He's a bad boyfriend. He's a bad colleague. He's a bad coworker. He's just a shitty guy. His girlfriend, Danny, has recently lost her whole family, but before that, his friends are like, you should break up with her. He's debating if he should break up with her and just do whatever else. They're all in grad school or PhDs.
Yeah.
They all go to Sweden after her family passes away. everyone's doing shrooms, which obviously if you're in a bad place, you shouldn't be.
But hold up, he doesn't even tell her that.
Yeah, they're going to Sweden. It's
That's where it all
incidental.
starts,
Yeah, it's all.
really.
He's like, oh, you can come too if you want. Like,
Yeah.
my guy, you were just gonna leave your girlfriend. Oh my gosh! And then does shrooms around her, which is kind of a peer pressury thing. She's not doing well. She should not be doing them, but she does them.
And he always makes some sort of comment to be like, yeah, you know, like our trips aren't gonna align and it's not gonna be a good time, but no, you don't have to do it though. You don't have to do it. Like it's always some kind
He's
of
a weasel.
He's a weasel.
backhanded.
Yeah.
Forgets it's her birthday.
Oh my god, yeah. What does he get her?
It's a piece of cake.
Yeah. Brings
And
her
she's
like
just-
a little cake. Like with he's trying to light it.
And the
over
lighter's
over.
not
Oh,
working.
that I'm
that
sure
part.
some of the women from the commune brought. And maybe Pele was like, oh, it's her birthday. You should probably bring
Yes,
it.
absolutely. And like, again, on the bad friend note, he steals his friend's thesis.
Yeah, he's the worst.
Like, he's really, really awful. And he's just very dismissive of Danny and her needs, never wants to have difficult conversations. Yes. And then, of course, cheats on her. It's a little complicated and a weird one
He's
because
drugged as well.
he's also drugged.
It's true.
But it's very, very, very messy. He doesn't know how to have difficult conversations. He's a weasel. He sucks. He's a thief. He's pathetic.
And we hate him.
And we hate him. Yeah.
What do we think, Emily?
Oh, fuck. I mean, my number one pick was Christian for a reason. I think I'm
with you.
Yeah, Christian.
We've seen Midsummer, right?
Yeah, I've seen this one.
I think we gotta go with
It's
Christian.
Christian.
I think there was like 2 reasons for why Thomas sucked, but there was like 8
A laundry
There
list.
really are, yeah.
reasons for Christian.
The rest of the podcast is dissing.
Thomas, you can just go home from here. It's like,
Just
all right,
go
buddy,
home.
it's
Get
all
outta
right.
here.
We don't like you, but go on.
Go home. Yeah.
Oh, ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding, ding. It's Christian. Spoiler alert.
Christian, ding, ding, ding.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
We have next up Steve/Brendan, but we'll call him Steve, from Fresh 2022, and Billy Loomis from Scream. Here we go.
Alert.
So, who wants to talk about who? I feel like.
Fresh.
Okay.
Billy.
Yeah.
Great. Dev, let's hear him.
All right. So Fresh. We have Steve Brandon. Red flag off the bat. What do you mean? You have 2 names, an alias. Red flag, super sketchy. Sure, he might seem like a perfectly charming Sebastian Stanisescu.
Kind of guy, yeah.
Yes, he seems perfect. You meet him, he's all about conversations, all of this, really great. Unfortunately, this guy isn't the man of your dreams. This is the guy who's a part of a cannibal ring, and he essentially is trafficking a bunch of women up into his cabin. So there's a lot of women that he has, in quotations, wooed, lured, drugged, and then locks them up, starts chopping off their bodies, cannibalizing them.
Glee.
With glee.
He
Yeah.
takes the phrase "eat ass"
Yes.
literally.
Literally. And also,
eats
he eats ass. Not to mention that, guess what, ladies? He has a wife the whole time, who also was unfortunately a victim of this, who then becomes a perpetuator, but he's probably eaten her leg. She doesn't have a leg.
Yeah.
And so not only is he doing that, he also has a wife, and then also he's going to feed your best friend's breast to you.
Oh, and also he cheats on this wife, who is in on all of this.
Yeah, he cheats on her too.
He cheats on her, which he doesn't usually do.
Yeah.
With the main character. He's no good.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Billy.
Well, I think it's funny that we have Skeet Ulrich on this
Twice.
Yeah.
twice.
And
Good for
he
him.
moved up, so
with
cool.
both
Yeah.
characters.
Well, we don't know.
We don't know yet.
What if it's Skeet Ulrich versus Skeet Ulrich?
I
That
don't
would be
think it
fun.
will.
We'll see.
But-
So funny. Okay, so Billy Loomis, classic bad boyfriend on horror movie lists.
Yeah.
I think he's on every list ever
Yeah.
created. He's a hottie though. What can I say?
Skeet Ulrich with the middle part, yeah.
It's like that good level of grease.
Yeah.
Maybe he took it too far with the craft.
He takes a shower at least twice a week.
Yeah.
For sure. So he is the boyfriend of the main character, Sidney Prescott. And I think the first time we really encounter him is when he comes through the window.
Through the
Yes,
window.
bedroom window.
To do a little bit of pressuring.
Yes. Right off the bat, he's like, come on, let's fuck. And she's like, nah. And he's like, aww.
Yeah.
So go fuck Stu, I guess.
Yeah.
Or do some murders.
Or do some
Yeah,
murder.
either
yes.
or.
Yes. So, multiple murderer.
He's kind of slimy too, just the way he talks. Like he's like, yeah, I was watching The Exorcist and it made me think of you.
Which
He's
is
always
crazy.
saying some shit that you're like, nah, I don't think I'd want my boyfriend to be saying that.
It's a walking red flag, yeah.
He's a walking red flag. And then, of course, he goes on to, well, he always was Ghostface. He's a Ghostface killer.
Ghostface killer, yeah.
In this one. And then he tells Sydney that he killed her mom.
Yeah.
Yep. He was planning also on framing her dad, too.
Yeah.
As the killer. Kill him. They were going to kill him also.
So a boyfriend that has killed your mom, trying to kill your dad.
He's going to kill you,
trying
too.
to kill you.
Yeah.
It's a bad boyfriend.
All your
Everything
friends.
you know.
Best friend, Tatum.
Yeah.
I mean, it was probably Stu that killed her, but still.
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's bad. We don't
He's
like
bad.
him.
He's really bad. And then he also just doesn't really, like, treat his bestie very well.
No, he
either.
doesn't.
Yeah. Shite. Who's worse here? Who is a worse boyfriend? Because both of these guys directly betray their partner. They've both done murder.
And also, not to mention, the
And-
girl never knows he has a wife. It's her best friend Molly who tells her at the very end.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like Steve is better at acting like a normal human being.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Billy is like, his insanity is just like one thin layer, like an
Yeah.
onion skin below the surface.
The wind blows the
So-
wrong way and he's going off.
I think let's go with Billy. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah?
He's
Okay.
a classic.
Well, we are into the semi-finals. Let's bring Tyler against Micah. Mika.
Mika. It's
Tyler.
not Micah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Mika.
All right. So,
Annoying name.
refreshing our memory, Tyler is
The
from the
Menu.
menu, and he's played by
Nicholas Holt.
Nicholas Holt.
Oh, Nicholas Holt's on here twice too.
Oh my
So
gosh,
it
yeah,
is,
there's
yeah.
some repeat guys.
But one of him got to go home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he sucks.
Mhm.
Then there's also Mika, who also sounds like he sucks. But I also feel, this is just my opinion, that Tyler is more like willingly evil in this movie.
Yes,
You know?
I'd say so.
I would say he definitely like is aware of the outcome of what's gonna happen
Yeah.
more.
However, he's also like not strictly a boyfriend because this is like their first date, kind of
Yeah.
arranged date. Whereas Mika would be like a partner and he should care a little more.
But we can also assume that I gotta defend Tyler here, as in not defend him at all. He was clearly super shit before because his
Yeah.
other girlfriend clearly recently dumped him.
Yep.
Yeah, I also feel like Mika is doing more to antagonize the danger,
Mm-hmm.
whereas I feel like Tyler's just kind of like sitting back.
It's along for the ride.
He's
yeah.
waiting for the
Okay,
danger.
can we agree to Mika then?
I mean, I'm defending Mika.
You're the judge.
So-
These are our clients.
It's-
Wait, are
yeah.
you defending Mika to not move up?
No, to
To move
Yeah,
up.
we're defending
Yeah.
our clients to move up
Yeah.
by showing you their flaws, Judge.
I think we'll just go 2 out of 3. I'm gonna go with Mika on this one.
Your call, Judge, your call.
Okay, Mika.
I'll present another client later.
Okay, well, how would you present the next? We have Chris versus Dracula.
Oh my god.
Okay.
This
Yes.
is so funny. Chris versus Dracula.
Crazy. So, guys.
In one corner, hundreds of years old vampire.
And some dude born in the
Dracula.
70s.
And in the other corner, it's Chris.
Yeah, just Chris. We got Chris from The Craft and Dracula, namesake Dracula.
Chris from the Craft. I'm gonna say it's probably Dracula. I mean, Dracula does more, like, he does the
Yeah.
same evil things as Chris, and more.
Yeah, I think it's like just intensified by
Yeah.
1,000. I think there's not really a fair fight here.
There's not a
Mhm.
fair fight.
Especially when it's like immortal versus
Exactly,
immortal.
exactly.
Like he's
Yeah.
had a million billion years to do bad things on this guy.
Thanks for playing, Chris.
Thank
Didn't
you.
move up, though.
You
Ding,
got
ding, ding.
Kicked out immediately.
Dracula.
Oh, this one might be hard, though. Adrian versus Guy.
Adrian versus Guy.
Yeah, tough, right? Tough.
Tough.
Oh,
tough,
man.
For sure.
Who's
So,
gonna be?
Guy letting, the devil impregnate his wife, then kind of not really caring about her so much after and just wants the spawn of Satan and eternal life.
Versus the Invisible Man, sister murderer, life ruiner. switching out the pregnancy pills, that kind of does edge into some sexually devious territory as well too.
These are both pregnancy creepy dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My vote is Adrian. Then I don't like Adrian. I think that, again, like just with the last one, does the same things as Guy and more.
It's just interesting because there is Satan involved with Guy.
So it's technically two dudes.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, okay, this is kind of controversial, but I do think that Rosemary could have an okay life, you know.
Raising the Antichrist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
you could, at least you could be raising the Antichrist. Yeah.
Raise him nice.
Raise him
right?
nice.
If you, like, kind of bow down and agree to all this, you are given eternal life and you are treated well. Whereas with, you know...
Yeah, Elizabeth Moss is suffering.
Like, yeah, and her life is still messed up from then on. Her sister's still dead.
Yeah, nobody, like, hurt Rosemary's family or anything.
Yeah, no.
It just kind of...
So Adrian?
It's Adrian.
Ding, ding, ding.
It's Adrian.
All right, ding, ding, ding. Adrian, the Invisible Man.
Basically, we said the devil ain't shit.
The Invisible Bastard.
Aw, the little devil.
Right.
Okay, I'll grab the next one. Here we go. So now we have Christian versus Billy.
Oh,
Battle of the
man.
Bad Boyfriends. Oh,
I
my.
mean, is there a battle here, though?
It's a good bracket.
I think there is.
I
I'm
think
stuck.
there is. I
It's
think
still
there is.
Christian
I know
versus
that
the-
Christian didn't technically kill anyone, but he is like as bad as you can get without killing someone.
Pretty much.
That's
like
true.
he is the best example of like a realistic bad
That's true.
boyfriend.
He is a very realistic depiction of
Okay,
bad.
but I would give it to Billy though, just for the actions
And for the mother
the
murdering.
stuff that he did. Yeah,
It's
he killed
hard
her
to-
mom. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It's hard. I don't know. It's hard for me because Christian just hits so
Viscerally.
real.
Yeah, I
Yes.
won't lie. While watching Midsummer, like, Billy, that is a cartoon character,
Yeah.
you know?
Yes.
Whereas Christian, I remember watching that movie and I was like, oh, yeah.
I think
I
that's what-
can resonate with
Mm.
Danny.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's what makes it a hard choice for
Yeah.
me is because of the movie watching experiences
Yeah.
as well. With Scream, I was like, he's just a hot little guy, psychopath
Yeah.
that's killing people. It didn't feel real.
Yeah,
so
it's
I was
not
like,
real,
oh,
but-
whatever.
Yeah, but if you put
Christian-
yourself into Sydney's shoes, I think the murder is worse than what Danny is going through with Christian. It's murder.
Yes.
It's murder
No, I
versus
know,
a
I
bad
know.
boyfriend.
And then she murders her boyfriend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Technically.
I think we should go with Billy.
I just feel like Sydney ends up with the better life than Danny does at the end of the films.
Danny is in the cult, we'll never know what
Her
happens.
family's
No.
dead. She's in a cult. She's brainwashed.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that wasn't Christian's fault.
Was it
Well,
not?
okay, I guess he did bring her. Yeah,
Yeah.
he did bring her. That's true. I'm still gonna have to stick with Billy. That's my final answer.
Judge.
So yeah. Well, Dev, where are you?
Well, see, the thing is,
We
like,
should just do 2 out of 3.
yeah,
I think.
in the character,
You're
if,
the tiebreaker.
okay,
Yeah.
if we are truly the character, though,
Yeah.
Christian never outright tries to murder Danny,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that is the worst thing you could do.
All right, let's go with Billy. Again, we don't like Christian.
No, but Christian is the more realistic, like, we can relate to that type of
Yeah.
relationship more, and that one hits a chord.
Also,
Yeah.
I don't understand sports. Is this the finals or is this
No,
like the semifinals?
we have this right here,
Semifinals.
semifinals.
Okay, now we're in the semifinals.
So,
Ding, ding.
guys, I'm not gonna lie. Right now, we got a crazy situation. We have Micah versus Dracula. Mika versus Dracula.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Okay, I would go with Dracula, though, because of the SA and hundreds of years of being a bad dude.
I can't disagree with that.
Yeah.
I will say, but just to oppose, I'm gonna go with Mika because while watching both these films, I wanted Mika dead. And I did not want Dracula dead. I was like, he wants the love of his life. This is kind of a horror love story, and you know, some fucked up things happen on the way, but
Okay.
I don't wish him bad.
Yeah, you know what, Emily, now that you mention
Yeah.
that, and the fact that Dracula, again, that scene I mentioned earlier when he's having like a second thoughts about turning Mina, okay, I would go with Mika.
It's Mika for me too, folks, because
Mika across the board.
Ding,
We ate
ding,
this
Mika's
shit.
also still just a human.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's crazy behavior.
For
All right.
real.
I already know my answer for this one.
What do we have?
We have Adrian versus Billy.
Oh no.
Adrian for me.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to also say Adrian because he also combines murder with a lot of other things.
And body stuff. And
Yeah.
So it's going to be Adrian.
Well, what do you think, Emily?
I have one thing, because this always comes up for me for being one of the worst things when it comes to terrible boyfriend specifically. Did Billy say that he, like, did any sexual stuff with
No.
Sydney's mom?
No.
Oh, no.
He didn't.
No. That was his dad who had sex with Sydney's mom. Billy's dad had
Yeah.
sex
Oh,
with
okay,
Sydney's
okay. I
mom.
thought you were saying Sydney's dad had sex with Sydney's mom.
It's a
Big
correct
news,
Yeah.
guys.
Spoiler alert.
This is my Scream headcanon, actually.
Guys.
Okay, but also, Adrian, terrible abusive boyfriend, even before he does any murdering.
Yeah.
You know? They're in that horrible abusive relationship, controlling relationship.
I mean, technically, Billy killed Sydney's mom. Like,
That's true, a year before.
as well.
Yeah.
So
Oh, he did put her through a lot of mental trauma as well over that whole
That's
year.
true.
That's all her fault.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a damn good point.
Right.
They're neck and neck.
Yeah, they so are.
Shit.
I wish that they were our final two.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
okay.
To the
Dev, do you have an opinion? I might need some help here.
Well, yeah, I totally forgot, of course, even though I mentioned it earlier, but it's true. It's a whole year of turmoil and torture. And then...
And he's
There's a-
kind of
They
like,
also both have accomplices.
yeah, they
both-
they
do.
both have accomplices.
Yeah.
They're both like
Man,
basically ruining their lives by killing people they love.
Yeah.
shit.
And like Billy continuously is like, "Oh no, I love you. Like, just trust me, and he
They're
keeps
both
killing her
slayers.
friends.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm actually going to go with Billy because Billy also sets a trend that has gone on for 7 movies at this point now of Ghostface popping up and messing with Sydney's life.
The another thing
Yes.
though is I feel like as far as being in the relationship with either of these guys, it doesn't seem like there's much pleasure with Adrian. Like, it just seems very controlling, abusive the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah, never any pleasure.
It's
No,
no
Mom.
joy.
Whereas with Billy, you get to look at like a cute hot guy with nice 90s hair.
Right?
And he's kind of got like an
But wouldn't that make the betrayal
Nice
sting even
voice.
more?
But it's also so
I'm gonna
interesting
go with
because
Billy.
after she has sex with Billy for the first time, she's still unsure.
Yeah.
And that couldn't have been a fun experience.
it's true.
Okay, I'm going to just say Billy. That is my vote.
My gut was Adrian.
Mine too.
And the public murder at the restaurant, the gaslighting, the framing. Billy never framed Sydney for murder.
Mm-mm.
Does murder her family, though. Adrian murders her family, too.
Do you?
Oh, the bar is low, guys.
Yeah.
Bar is low.
The bar is low. My gut's saying Adrian still.
I really think it would be fun to see Micah and Billy go head to head. But at the end of the day, I think I would rather be in a relationship with Billy.
Over Adrian.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Okay, that's Adrian then.
That's
The
it.
Invisible Man has moved on.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, these dings are getting sadder. Ding, ding.
ding.
Oh, man.
So,
Are we into the finals now?
our final two,
Oh, hell yeah. Who's it down to?
Micah and Adrian.
Micah
That's
and
crazy,
Adrian.
guys. I did not see that coming.
Oh my god, me neither. Holy shit.
Huh. Well, gents?
Between those two, I'm gonna go with Adrian.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Everything we've
Everything
mentioned
was stated
up to
previously
this
for the
point.
past
I
hour.
just wanted there to be like more of a fight. So this is why I'm asking you.
Okay, well, to me, like, I mean, this guy Micah, he never does any murder. He
He
doesn't.
doesn't do any murder.
Yeah.
No, he's just annoying.
Yeah, just annoying the whole time.
His greatest fault, annoyance.
Just annoying.
With just his annoyance, he made it to the final
That's
round.
incredible.
That's crazy.
Good for you
Never
guys.
underestimate
Watch that
annoying.
movie and you will see.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, it's on my list.
Like, he's so annoying, he beat Dracula.
Yeah. So, Adrian.
It's Adrian for me.
I think it's kind of Adrian across the
Ding, ding,
board.
ding!
Wow.
A fully enthusiastic ding, ding, ding for our winner.
Congrats!
Adrian, the Invisible Man from Lee Winnell's 2020, The Invisible Man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Congrats, sir, for
We
being
did
the
it.
worst.
And you had an incredible death. I loved seeing you die. Good for you.
Worst boyfriend.
So bad.
Wow.
I'm satisfied.
The worst.
The worst.
Me too. I'm
We have
satisfied.
concluded.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
You heard it here first, folks. Multiple boos for the worst boyfriends.
Oh, get better.
Get better. Go to therapy.
You suck.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys, now that we have definitively said who is the worst horror movie boyfriend of all time, it's time to move on to our famous segment, Who, What, Watch, Read, When, Where. This is the famous segment, aforementioned famous segment of the show, where we talk about the things in the horror genre we are watching, or reading, or about to watch /
Or
read.
whine.
We sometimes do that too.
Yeah.
That's what I did last
That's what
episode.
Emily did last
Yeah,
time.
she was
big
definitely a
fan.
whine. Yeah.
They were making some Juan noises.
They
I'll
were.
tell you
Yes,
that.
they were. I'm going to start off. This week, you guys, I watched Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dwellers, also known as Chud. Chud. I didn't expect you to get so excited for Chud. Have you seen Chud?
No.
Oh,
but
okay,
my
we
dad
know
has
about it.
talked about it nonstop. Since
I feel
was
like
a little
everybody's
child.
dad has talked about Chud at least once, and for good reason. This movie bloody ruled. I actually got so much more out of it than I was expecting. It was like a few nights ago, and I was like, okay, I want a movie, something short as well, something in the horror genre. So I was watching old trailers, and I gotta tell you guys, it's so nice to watch an old movie trailer, especially in this era where it's all the drum beats.
Oh,
And the music
they're
going
so annoying. Yeah.
and then a new thing happens. This trailer is incredible, and it made me want to watch it because it's like in a world where there's the
yes.
sewers, and underneath in the sewers are some cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers. And it's like quick cuts and just a lot of nonsense happening on screen. And I'm like, okay, I need to watch this, and I'm expecting something terrible. And yet, it's actually pretty good. Guys, Chud is actually pretty good. It actually has some good characters. Like, everybody is kind of archetypical for sure, but nobody is just like a meatbag without like a role in the story or like a one-note kind of character who gets killed.
I gotta watch this.
It's surprisingly good. And also, there's some like fantastic practical effects.
Love it.
Towards the end, the female lead is wielding a katana, cutting off Chud's heads.
Brilliant.
There's also like a big anti-big business message behind it. Like, again, all of this is like super simplistic and like by today's standards, like super cheesy and basic, because it's like men in a boardroom, you know, like in their suits and but like when I'm watching, I'm just like, I love this. I love this so much. And yeah, watch Chud. It's fun. It's actually good.
Sold.
Yes, I'm glad. I'm spreading the good word of Chud. All right. Okay, that's my Who, What, Watch, Read, When.
Nice. Well, that's also a bit of a lie, because last week, Tom and I
Oh, so
saw Théâtre des Vampes, a burlesque show.
Ooh.
And it was playing at the Culch, and we went in pretty blind. We just saw the poster at the Goods, and I'm like, oh, that looks like a Goods time. So
Also,
we went,
shout out to the Goods.
yeah,
Fantastic, like horror movie and movie apparel store.
Very
on
good.
Hastings
Some
Street,
really
Vancouver.
cool masks.
yeah,
too.
very good store. But yeah, so Théâtre des Vampes, as in like Théâtre des Vampires from the Anne Rice series. It was very, very fun, and these people did such an amazing performance. It was a bunch of different burlesque performers who came together, so they were like reenacting and interpreting their own stories. So like there was Akasha from Queen of the Damned there, Louis and Lestat were of course the final moment. There were the Lost Boys, and all these are burlesque performance. NOSFERATU and his sexy rats.
Wow.
Yeah, like
There was one
Van
that you
Helsing.
would particularly like, Emily, and this was Lucy from Dracula.
Yeah.
Oh my
with
god.
the beast.
And she's got a
Things would have got a little horny, guys.
she's got a big
Yeah.
hedge as her like prop on stage.
Yeah.
Bit of set dressing. And when she goes behind it one time, she emerges with furry Dracula as a like puppet that she wears through her hand. So it's like
That's
over
so
her
funny.
shoulder, and her own hand is its hand as it's like feeling up on her and stuff. And
Oh
it's
my God.
hilarious.
There were so many vampires there, like I'm going to be missing a lot of them.
What was
Yeah.
Lucy's outfit?
Well,
It was
it's-
actually the red outfit, wasn't it?
It was
Yeah.
the red outfit,
That's
and then
my
it becomes,
favorite.
it's burlesque, so then it becomes nothing.
Less.
But, like, you know. But such a good show. It was so much fun. They even did the blood rape from Blade. Yeah,
Mhm.
it was good.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm jealous.
Yeah, there was live singing. You were invited, Mama.
I know, and I regret not going now.
Rightfully so. Tom actually turned to me and said, Emily's going to be so jealous.
Yeah, like on a few occasions.
Yeah.
And you're not wrong.
Yeah. It was brilliant. Like one of the best things I've ever seen. And then another thing I watched cannot be held to the same caliber, but it was called Something in the Water. You know, I'm assuming.
We know that you love a shark movie.
It's
Deborah.
sharks.
Yeah.
And what I really liked about this is it was a shark bachelorette movie. And watching it, you could tell it was directed, written, and produced by women. What I really liked is, you know, a lot of times with shark movies and women in the water, it's like tiny swimsuits and all this type of stuff. But nope, one woman, she doesn't know how to swim, so she's wearing a like bandeau and a skirt the whole time. Another woman, full swimsuit. These women have the world's longest shorts I've ever seen, and like sports bra type
They're
bikinis
pants.
and everything. Yeah, they're cargo pants. And it's brilliant. And yeah, 90% of the movie's in the water, and these women have to make some unfortunate choices. And what I really like is, I do like that Blake Lively movie in the shallows, but she never gets sunburned, and you're stuck in the water.
Oh.
These women, they burn. The water's reflective. They're dehydrating. Their skin looks horrible throughout the film. So highly recommend. It has a pretty high rating for a shark movie. I think it's like 4.1. But that's me.
Cool. Well, I saw The Bride.
Mm-hmm.
You know, guys, I know there's been a lot of flack on The Bride. There's also been some praise on The Bride.
It's been really divided.
Yeah, for sure. And I have to say that I'm a bit of a rare case, and I feel like I'm right in the middle. I feel like I see both sides
Oh,
of
the perfect
review.
centrist.
Yes. Yes, indeed. I don't know. It was an interesting movie. I really am having a hard time figuring out whether I liked it or not.
Okay.
Fair.
Well, you only saw it last night.
Yeah, I'm still pondering on it a little bit. The film, without like really spoiling anything, the film is kind of narrated by Mary Shelley.
Yeah, I've heard of this
Oh.
element as being kind of odd and messy.
Yeah, it is a little bit, and it's a little confusing at times too, and I didn't really know what she was saying sometimes. So it was kind of like, what is going on?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just kind of like dark, like silhouetted shots, like close up on her face of her saying random things.
Oh, you actually see Mary Shelley.
Yeah, and she's played by the same actress as like the main character.
Jessie
in the movie.
Buckley.
Yes, Jessie Buckley. So yeah, she plays Mary Shelley and the bride. And I don't know about that choice. After watching the movie, I'm like, I guess it makes sense. Because technically, like, it says this right at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
But Mary Shelley is, like, kind of in the bride?
Yeah, possessing her.
Yes.
Yes. I've heard of this. So,
I haven't read anything about this because I was
Yeah.
going to watch it. Okay.
There's a lot more that happens in the movie, so
Yeah.
it's not like anything.
Okay.
if they just subtracted this element from the movie, how do you think you'd feel about it?
I don't know. I feel like it does add something to the movie that if taken away would be kind of like, no, I liked it. But then also there is aspects of it that were a bit like cheesy and unnecessary
Okay.
to me. So it's very, I don't know.
It's a mixed bag.
Mixed bag for
Yeah.
sure. There's parts of the movie that I really liked. I thought that Frankenstein's makeup, the makeup on Christian Bale was phenomenal. And it shows like kind of other parts of his body
Nice.
that are all Frankensteined up, and they look really good.
Okay.
The costumes are pretty cool too. There's some like dance numbers in it that are really fun. There's also like the theme of feminine rage that just kind of comes up throughout the whole thing, and just like women being mistreated and wanting to be heard and kind of like explore a wild side to themselves that they feel like they can't, which I really liked. But yeah.
It does sound like a perfect mixed bag for you then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things you liked, things you don't. Yeah. Is that it? Do we have any other Who, What, Watch, When, Read, Where's? All right. Then I guess there's nothing else to do but wrap up the show. Guys, where can people find us on the socials?
You can find me at emily.english_ on Instagram and at horrorho on YouTube.
I am Devin Ellis Dearty on Instagram and Letterboxd, and Devin Ellis Dearty or Devin Lee Ellis Dearty on YouTube.
And I'm Thomas N. Jackson 2002 on Instagram and Thomas N. Jackson on Letterboxd. You can also find this show at Whispers in the Woods Pod on Instagram. If you wanted to send us a DM with an episode suggestion, comment, critique, just want to say hi, please feel free. I guess we should just do some special thanks now. Special thanks to Moira Christie for the theme. Special thanks to Kia Ellis Dirty for our logo. And special thanks to Gordon Dirty for our mic. And thank you for you guys for being here.
Yeah, thank you
once
guys.
again.
Thanks.
Yeah. Next week, 10th episode. Nope, this week, 10th,
It's 10th
episode.
episode.
Yeah. Okay, well, that will do it then. We will see you all next week.
We will not see you.
You will hear us.
You will hear
might
us.
see us.
I'll see
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see you.
I'm going to see you too.
I'll see you.
I'll see Devin.
What are we doing here?
Hi.
Is this a bit?
Is it good to be seen?
It is good to be
guys.
seen.
That's hold
There we
space.
go.
You're so sweaty.
Yes.
Mine are just cold. as
Okay,
always.
bye.
Deal with your lizard DNA, folks. Goodbye.
Whisper.